Thank you for letting me tune in. Thank you for letting me tune in, ladies and gentlemen. This coronado water to years. On another global market, George Stakeout of our 10-year, 15-year, 30-year corporate, private, and public. And now, making you sterile as you want to be. Yeah. I'm talking about, boy, you don't even need no hand sanitizer. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is an emergency disaster technology system. You know what I mean? And what I do, even though a lot of people don't realize that it's not really that much danger, because the same type of human being from the same species of human beings on the planet Earth in the Milky Way are traveling in the other direction that everybody's running away from. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a Superman cape on. They don't have anything to keep them from the danger any different from the people that's running from it. You know, and I tell you, it does tells you about the measure of a man. It shows you how much of a difference that there is. You know, a lot of people think they Mac daddies and gigolos like that. But I tell you, I tell my children all the time, be careful before you live that lifestyle, man. Because it does actually reach the tipping point. You know, where there's no way to hide it, and people start, you know, they start running over, you know what I mean? And when it happens, they take everything from you at one time. Just like, for instance, there was a massive sell-off in stocks yesterday, you know what I'm saying? But people, when they realize they can do you like you doing everybody, but they do it in one day. They don't do it like you do over time. They devastate you at one time. And there's no way to recover from it. No. Okay, you go through a massive ass kicking, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about you got torrential rain. You got bands will make her dance, tearing your ass up. Wind damage, flood damage, and then they sell all the stock that they had invested in your companies in one day. The same day that this is happening. A massive sell-off. You know, just the other week when they knew it was on the way, they sold all the, and you had aborted those babies. They sold all the bonds that they had invested in you. And yesterday they sold all the stock that they had invested in you. But I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and then you took that natural ass whooping from the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the audacity to wake up in the morning and say that you're a Mac daddy and a Mac mama. I try to tell you, like, never seen nothing like it, like. I never. And then your quarterback is out for the year. They said they have no choice except for to depend on number 18, Coronado Sawyer, ladies. I tell you, they don't have any other choice left, ladies. But nevertheless, ladies, I tell you, isn't it interesting how people do you? They kick you and they drag you when you're down, ladies. They really do. There's usually no end in sight to it, you know what I mean? And, you know, a lot of times, like, hey, man, I've been trying to get these people to call me back. It's a disaster down here. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you to think it's going to be any better for you when you call in FEMA and they don't pick the phone up. That's going to happen to a lot of people, ladies. You know, a lot of times it's going to be people down there with bow ties on, you know, bow ties and pulling up in Lincolns, and they going to be having the FEMA money and they leaving. And you the one that deserve it, and you're not gonna be able to find it. You know, they'll be on the road to Atlanta to a down low bar. You know what I'm saying? A down low party with all dudes and maybe one tranny or something. You know how they do it, like. I tell you, like, well, all these dudes here. We here at the strip party, and when you see the stripper, that mother look like a tranny, goddamn, like a orangutan and a hyena mixed together. Like. So be careful, lady. Now. Be careful, them guys. They sold to the devil, and they have a lot of proof on video to prove that they did. A lot of venues that they attend to show you how serious they are about the devil. You know, sad, but it's true. But I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, down there in that Gulf Coast, Orange Beach, and the Panhandle, in Mexico City, ladies and gentlemen. Just tore that thing up. I don't even think no Latinos live there. The sad thing about it, they don't even have a real Latino community. You know, and that thing tore that place up, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you, as soon as I went down there and got ready for that thing, it seemed like it stopped raining, ladies and gentlemen. I went out there, bought a couple of totes that'll keep the rain away, took all my stuff off the ground and put it up just in case it flooded. As soon as I came outside, it stopped raining like that. A lot of times when you take the precaution, the Lord bless you, you know what I mean? If there is a Lord, because I don't want to get too far off into that hallelujah stuff later. If there is a Lord later, it seems like if you take precaution, that's when he'll help you. Then the thing started going the other way. It looked like it was coming straight from Montgomery like that. And I looked back on that radar. And as soon as I got all my stuff elevated off the ground, the thing started going to Georgia. Thank you, Lord. But you know, they said there are a lot of looters. And what are those people that go in there and tear your stuff up? Looters? They say you have to be careful about the looting. There's a lot of looting. Looters and rioters and people like that. Dark-skinned Scandinavians, you know. A lot of people never seen a dark-skinned Scandinavian, but they exist. Like, I didn't know Scandinavians are dark-skinned. Now you know. And scavengers are too. Like, they have some dark-skinned scavengers too. Like, you know, they go in there and they tear your stuff up. You know. They don't care. They don't care how valuable it is. They just tear it up. You know? But I tell you, when they go to that funeral 7 days later, they act like they understand. But it has to be a funeral every 7 days to balance it out. The only thing is they don't never stop doing what they're doing, but it does make them think. You know what I mean? That people that have nothing to do with it are dying. Okay? People that they know. Every 7 days. I tell you, sometimes very close to them, sometimes just went to school with them or something. That every 7 days that they do this stuff, that somebody that they know collectively together is dead. You know, ain't no doubt about it. Like. Now I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna tell you something else that's very weird. I don't think it was really a category 5 or 4, ladies and gentlemen, because they say they only know that maybe 2 people died. That's it. They said a tree fell on somebody, and they was in the car under the tree, or their house was under the tree, and that's all. You know what I mean? Hurricane Katrina, same category, supposedly killed 2,000 people. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people didn't know. They said the first purge, ladies and gentlemen, you know the movie The Purge? They said they did it during Hurricane Katrina. You know what I'm saying? They said that people stayed behind, and they was encouraging other people to stay behind so they could carry out their purge, like the movie, and that's what they did. Like, they actually was going in there murdering people, you know what I'm saying? You know, they just had like a, you know, like it was like a gang, but it was the purge gang. Like, well, you know, you have a couple of days to go out there and do anything you want to do, including murder people. They said during Hurricane Katrina, that was the first time that they did that, you know. Because as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, that thing was blowing at about 160 something miles an hour, you know what I mean? It really was. Over there in England, they talking about it right now. They said that they only have other two storms, only 2, that can come anywhere near that. But the technology that they was using there, really, it couldn't do no justice to the power. You know, this one probably was, I'm not gonna lie, it probably might have been the strongest one. Because, you know, they didn't really have the technology to tell you how strong it was back then. 1938, 1950 something. But nevertheless, ladies, I tell you, ladies. And thank God somebody had some sense. Because you know what? If you want something, instead of you needing something, and somebody gives you an allowance to do it, when you need it, you're not going to have it. Because you spent it when you wanted it. You see what I'm saying? I want it now. It's my money and I want it now. You want it before the thing even touched down, right? You want somebody to pay you before you win the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's a situation a lot of people in. You want people to celebrate you, congratulate you, and pay you before you do your job. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you just leave without completing it. And a lot of teams lose games behind that same theory, ladies. So sometimes it's good that people think for you, even though you throw stuff at them. You tear their stuff up and you hate them. at least somebody thinking for you that's thinking more logically than you are, you know. Because when you got it when you needed it, everybody thought it was a real blessing. If you got it when you wanted it, they would have said the guy that helped you was garbage the next day because he's selfish. Because now you need it, but you asked for it when you wanted it, and you blowed it when you wanted it. But when you got it when you needed it, you was thanking the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And you have money left today, you know what I'm saying? Because it was pouring down rain, and you couldn't really go out there and blow it like you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? But therefore, you have something for today. You see what I'm saying like that? But I promise you, if you got that money when you wanted, you would have been all in East Chase. You would have been all at the casino. You'd have been all at the opioid man house going buying opioids. And then yesterday when the storm hit, you wouldn't have had no money to get basic supplies. You see what I'm saying? And like them, these are grown folks. These grown folks doing this. You know? Grown people. Grown people that think they just intelligent and nobody can't tell me nothing. I know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing, man. They don't know what they do. They think they do. You know? And a lot of them gonna die like that, thinking that they know something, and they didn't know nothing. Sad, but it's true. It really is sad. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that guy, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all something to make you feel real blessed that you ain't involved in no dispute with another group. Ladies and gentlemen, some kind of way, some kind of how, this guy in another group to a rival group ended up in the hands of the rival group, you know? And they was asking them questions and stuff. They was interrogating. They wanted to know some stuff that happened in the past and some stuff that's currently happening now. And they was asking about, you know, money and stuff like that, some valuable stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, the dude, he really didn't tell them what they wanted to know. They tied him up, you know, and they told him that they was gonna shoot him in the head, you know. And they started asking, do you want us to shoot you on the side where your temple is, or right here in the middle of your forehead, like that? That's how or in your mouth and stuff like that. And they said he started crying. Like, at first it seemed like he wasn't crying real tears, but they said he started crying real tears because he could feel that they was really gonna kill him, you know. But anyway, you know, they started slapping him and, you know, hitting him in the head with hammers and shit like that. So they were like, tell us where you want us to shoot your ass, you know what I mean? You know, so they were like, hurry up and tell us. And he just really started crying. You know, when they seen him really start crying and, you know, snot and mucus was coming out his nose, they started laughing. You know what I'm saying? And they said he passed gas or something like that, and he started like that, doing like that. Like they was just laughing. They said then they had pulled out like a 40 cal, man, and blowed his head off, like, you know, as soon as he thought it was a joke. You know what I'm saying? Now I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get to see something like that, if you actually get to witness it, man, it'll let you know, you know what I'm saying, how serious it is to be in a dispute with somebody and they don't have a truce to it. Like it ain't no end to it, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, people need to see that, like how dangerous it is to be in a group that's a rival to another group. That they take it that far, you know what I'm saying? That they do actually take it that far, like, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, like how valuable forgiveness is. You know what I'm saying? That the dude actually started crying real tears, right? Because when they started hitting him in the head with a hammer and slapping him, he thought that probably they was gonna kill him, you know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody in their right mind gonna tell you where to shoot them. Come on, man. Even if you was for real, even if you was nice to them, they not just finna volunteer and tell you where they prefer to be shot in the head, like, you know. But when they start laughing at him, ladies and gentlemen, because he didn't want to tell them, you know what I'm saying? That's when they shot him.